I want to add something real quick right here before I go. Where is it? Let me see. Where is it? Let me look for it. This is really important in Mexico that started happening. And it's important because a lot of people have suffered from this. And it's so fortunate that Mexico is doing something about it. This is extremely important that Mexico is doing something about it. A lot of people felt unprotected, because of private information that is leaked or something, or images or videos that they are leaked. And this is actually really important that is happening in Mexico. This gentleman was arrested and he is going to be incarcerated for 3 years for selling or, passing around packs. Packs, what are packs? He asked for private pictures, he asked for videos of women, and he used to sell them or pass them around and, committing estafando, blackmailing people. So actually in Mexico, there is a law now, and a lot of people are actually going by that law. It is amazing. The law is called Law Olimpia. This is a really serious topic. It says, we'll translate the article, says, for the crime of violation of image and intimidation of people. The name of the guy is named Fernando, is an ex-alumni of the University Autonomous of Coahuila. He is going to spend the next 3 years in prison, and he should pay 56,420 pesos. That is around $2,500 as a fine. And this is the first case of sentence derivated by the Law Olimpia. Law Olimpia, God bless you that you exist now. That is going to sanction the diffusion of images, intimate images, without the consent of the person, which Fernando Ricardo Garcia Polendo is the first case that has been sentenced. The young man, he used to sell the images through their account of Twitter in Monclova. That is a city. Pack 20 was the page where he exposed at least 5 women in 2019. The affected people put a complaint and a lawsuit against the young man, and the young man got arrested. First case of the Law Olimpia. Law Olimpia. God bless the Law Olimpia. For everybody that feels in a way that has been violated their rights in Mexico, or their image has been damaged or passed around videos or, private pictures, there's a law now that you can feel protected, and the law name is Olympia. You can actually go now to the ministerial police office and put a complaint about, these this actual crime, and you can actually defend yourself now in Mexico. Wow. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice. It's really nice to talk to you guys today. If you guys want to ask me a question about whatever topic that is relevant, and it is kind of like related to what we said today in this program, go ahead. Go ahead. There's a question right here by Miss Kim Libby. How you doing, Miss Kim? Does this include women who pass private pictures of men around? Yes, it is. This includes that. Let me see another comment. Law Olimpia now implemented in Mexico. We will read about that in the future as cases are pouring right now in the ministerial police department. I'm going to investigate a little bit of what, if there's cases over here in Tijuana. I already asked, and they said yes, there's a lot of cases going around right now in the ministerial police office, and they are actually taking it real seriously. So, there's actual law now. Banji Ramos says, thanks, Blue. Enjoy your attitude and information. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Banji. Actually, my manager put right here the significance of Ley Olimpia in Mexico is intimidation of people by dissemination of intimate images without the consent of the person. Aggravated. This is aggravating. Do we know how many children President Trump saved from the tunnels? Actually, I don't have the number. I don't have the number for that. I don't have the information for that. Lenore Arnes, are the Democratic cities old sanctuary cities? That's a question that you live in the United States. So apparently, California, they put it as a sanctuary. They are advocating for all these open border agendas. So if you're advocating for open border agendas, send them to these states. You want to advocate for all of that, but you don't want to be responsible for anything. I don't see the logic right there. What did you say about where the children will go and when deported? Julia Cajijiro. So they are doing, and the administration of Trump, they're not doing what they were doing in the Obama administration. The administration of Trump, they're actually studying where the children it's coming from. They're actually are not deporting them like this quickly. Also, they have a private company that is transporting and there's moving the children safely to the border that they are going to pick them up. That is, the Department of the Child Department over here, that is child care in Mexico. And actually from there, they await for them to be returned back to their country where their legal parent where the legal parent is actually going to pick them up. So they're actually doing a study. They call the let's say a kid from Guatemala is being deported. They actually call the Guatemalan consul. They study. They ask for the birth certificate. They ask for the correct paperwork for them to get returned back home. After that, they do a study. They don't turn them back to sexual predators like Obama was doing. And, they actually assure themselves, ultimately, that is the number one goal, to assure themselves that they are returned back safely. So I don't know if I answer your question. I don't think the government has published those figures. I don't know the actual comment right there. Joel Sosa, saludos, Oscar, te mereces un Oscar por tu gran narrativa. Gracias, mi queridísimo amigo cubano, creo que eres cubano, mi Joel. Saludos, o mi queridísimo paisano, amigo latino. Saludos, un abrazo para ti. A big hug to you, Joel Sosa. Does this law include women laughing about men's penis on Facebook? It happened night video that deleted. I tried to save it, but yes, it includes a lot of sexual harassment and all that kind of stuff. I already read a little bit, so you can actually read it. Go and read it. Ley Olimpia, Olympic law. Clintons are still working undercover to destroy America. That's a large topic. So Leonore Arnett says super investigation and reporting on the trafficking. Thank you so much. That figures, Katrine Ingham. That figures how many children Trump has saved, Oscar. That is the thing. That is the thing that, unfortunately, the left in your country and in my country does not talk about. They don't give no credit to this man whatsoever. Remember, this man, the accomplishments that he has done on most recently is the farmers, the international farmers, that they are going to work on the American soil that it's a program. It's called Braceros. He doubled the salary to them because they were getting paid poorly. And it was modern day slavery on the Obama administration. So he doubled the salary and he gave them an 8-hour shift and also overtime. So also they put an inspector so they can, be inspected correctly and nobody mistreats them. That's one of them. That's one of the things. I forgot the other one. I got it right here in my mind. But I forgot the other one that he has just done. Also, DACA. He's trying to find a pathway to citizenship. Nobody talks about the good things that he's doing, the good things out of his heart that he's saying, you know what, let's do this, man. And right now, the children that he's processing, almost 2,000 in private hotels, not in cages, in private hotels, at a chain of hotels, at the Hamptons and all this stuff. He's spending money to do things right and to make people understand that all the leftist, agenda and all this leftist idea that they have of them is not true. And the problem is that information is not getting out there. That is the problem. That big platforms that they have, 500,000, 1 million following, they don't get it out there. They need to get this out there. It's their obligation. If they're right-wing or they're independent, if you're independent like me, brother, tell the truth and get this out there. If you're right-wing and if you're a Republican, get this out there. Because if you're a Democrat, you're not going to get this out there. You're going to flip the script and make, you're in my space. You're insulting me. You're hurting my feelings. What? He's not sensitive. Oh my God. He's overpowering, white supremacy, American imperialism, and all this crap that they pull all the time. There's a comment right here. We never hear what Mexico is doing to help in this. Can you clue us in how we can be more effective on what? On child trafficking. It's a business. It's a multi-billion business that has been occurring in our country. Unfortunately, Mr. Donald Smith, our country is full with corrupt politicians. And you're going to say, us is too. But unfortunately, in our country, it's horrible. This is a multi-million business that has coexisted for the longest of time with, narco culture and also cartel activity with drug trafficking and all of this. It's really, common to see it over here. If it's getting stopped, it's getting stopped because right now your president is doing something about it. Imagine if Hillary was in the administration, this would be a normal, typical thing. Fake families and trafficking of children and sex trafficking and in fake marriages will be done, and it will be acceptable because two people are trying to run away from fear. Remember, the statistics of cities and countries of violence and delinquents show actually that Honduras is on number 24 in the world for violence and delinquents, and El Salvador is the number 27, and Guatemala is the number 26. So you're talking about countries that they are not even on the top 10 for violence and delinquents. In the top 3, you got Mexico in the top 3 is Brazil, Venezuela, and Mexico. So how is your justification of running away from fear and running away from gang violence and running away from this and running away from that when all these other countries, they're going through that horribly? And Mexico is going through that horribly, and you don't see a flood of caravans. That is the illogical thing, that this is a planification and it's all structured by the globalist organizations in the United Nations to corrupt and to unstable the economies of every country and to manage a flood of immigrants, to destabilize the law and to break the ideology and to make everybody think that no borders, no boundaries, no walls, no USA at all, no law, no constitution, no nothing. And it is another piece of a puzzle to make the president of the United States make them feel like inhuman, like he is not human enough for care of migrants, that he's not this, he's not that, he built a wall, though all his hate, but they don't put attention to the trafficking of children, the trafficking of organs, the trafficking of kids, the sex trafficking, the trafficking of guns. They don't put attention to that. And all the individuals that they're coming in, that they have a record, horrible record. So all of that is added to the fact that Mexico was not collaborating with the United States as the caravan started after the 5% tariff. Hold on a minute. I don't want to be tariff in the automobile industry. Remember, Mr. Donald, the automobile industry is the number one industry in the world that is exporting and importing that makes a bunch of money. China is number one in the world. The United States is number two in the world that the profits out of the automobile industry, and Mexico is number five. So Donald Trump knew by putting a tariff to Mexico, if you don't stop the immigration center, I'm going to tariff you on what? Automobile industry, avocados, and beer. The number one three things that probably, Mexicans they buy. So automobile industry, we live, both of us, we make a lot of money. Mexico and the United States, we make billions. I export you we got Chevrolet, Honda, we got Mazda, we got Ford, we got all these companies, big gigantic companies, where they were in the United States that they migrated to Mexico because of the cheap man labor. And the cheap man labor is getting paid more, again, cheaply over here in Mexico. So they migrated over here, and now they exporting to your country. And you are importing parts, original parts for vehicles and for, tractors and semi-trucks from the United States over here. So it's a multi-billion business. That's why they tariff. That's why the caravan started. That's why the government of Mexico started putting the National Guard in the borders and actually sending immigrants, the Department of Immigration over there to the border of Tapachula and Yucatan and all these places that they're collided, and they're next to Guatemala. So they're doing something about it. Right now they're doing it because they have been doing it for years, but not effectively like they're doing it right now. They're doing it right now. Thank God for your president that they're doing it. Hope that I answer your question. Child trafficking, Ms. Glenda Murphy, how you doing? God bless you. Child trafficking and tortured organs, harvesting and child sacrifice is a global issue. Global issue. That it is. You are actually 1,000% right. And that is a problem that is occurring right now. And, with these globalist compacts, it started occurring more. If there's already child trafficking, if there's, already sex trafficking, and they already was before. Now with these caravans, and now with the globalist agenda of the United Nations doing whatsoever and not caring about how migrants are migrating through countries and continents, it exists more. It is sad that a lot of the countries are not analyzing and are not understanding that there are a lot of fake families and fake marriages and trafficking and sex trafficking. And a lot of these sex trafficking has to do with white women. A lot of, white women are sex trafficked. There's a value. I'm sorry. That's the truth. Straight to everybody's face. There's a value. There's a more value. Not taking away the value of a Hispanic, of a brown, of a black. No, there's a value of, trafficking women that they have been trafficked through Russia, Yugoslavia, Ukraine, all these places that they are trafficking women through our country of Mexico. There's a more value if they're white, green eyes, blue eyes. It goes up in the value. That's the market of human trafficking. It is disgusting. It is horrible. It is actually disgusting and horrible. So, actually it is happening more, but the only one that is fighting this is the United States administration. Now, Mike Pompeo is the one that is pushing this. I've been so emphatic about this guy for like 2-3 weeks. They criticize Mike Pence a lot because he is really calm guy. Mike Pence is a really firm guy, really firm guy. He says red is red and red is red. But Mike Pompeo, man, get the hell out of here with that. He is, for me, the best thing in the administration of Trump, him and William Barr. They are the two of them. They are the ones that they're doing a magnificent job. And they're putting their face out there to defend the United States, to defend their land, to defend the Constitution, and also not only to defend the United States, but to fight for the world and to fight against the New World Order. I started watching Mike Pompeo for a year ago. And I started seeing him more after they put the tariff, because he was the one that talked to Marcelo Ebrard, the guy from International Relations in Mexico, a guy that is actually pretty smart. Marcelo Ebrard graduated from Harvard, and he did, a doctor's in Stanford University. He is actually pretty smart. He speaks 5 languages. He's Marcelo Ebrard. He is a really smart economist guy in our country, but he's managed by globalists. So you got this ideology of a really smart guy that is Marcelo Ebrard in Mexico, the guy of international relations, that is managed by globalists, and you got Mike Pompeo that is a pit bull. And this guy is really smart also. So you put those two guys together sitting down at a table is not going to be good. And fortunately, the fight was won by Mike Pompeo that time that they sat down with the 5% tariff. According to speculations, they're saying that, the reunion and the meeting for the 5% tariff was not fun at all. They're saying that it was full with arguments. It was somebody raised their voice. They're not saying who did between these two. And the explanation, ultimately the justification of Mexico in the international relations, Marcelo Ebrard, part of this socialist agenda with AMLO, was that they were trying to be more human to all the people that they're trying to migrate. And Mike Pompeo actually responded, said, I know, I understand, but this is not the way. This is not the process. George Soros is doing a horrible process of immigration. So this is not happening. This is the only way. We need to stop it. So God bless everybody that is watching. I answered a couple of questions of you. It's nice to say hello to you guys.